viewers on Synergy TV, to all of our viewers on the Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, all of our listeners on U975 FM Multicultural Radio, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelis, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelis Budusing Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, absorb, get your pen, get your paper, your phone, so you could take notes and you could take important telephone numbers that will be very helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Nicholas Rupnarayan, on behalf of our team this morning, I'd like to wish everyone a terrific Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. It's Tuesday, the 16th of May, 2023. It is a day and time we'll never have the opportunity to ever have again in life. So don't waste it. Don't procrastinate. Do something productive and constructive with your day. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special. Let's quickly go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. And it says, "Have patience. All things are difficult before they come easy." Have patience. All things are difficult before they come easy. And of course, that came to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. Remember to check them out. They've got their deals, their flea market at Mid-Center Mall, open until May 30th. So remember to check them out for all of their deals. All right. Let's say a very good morning to the management and staff of the healthiest corner on earth, with two locations, one 92 E Drive, Charflair, and the other in Tobago. Telephone contact numbers are, you want to store it, you want to write it down and save it, 7363962 and 2785102. Save it, because for all of our viewers in beautiful Tobago, you could call to make an appointment. So when Mr. Johnson is in Tobago, you could visit the office in Tobago. So let me repeat the numbers, 7363962 and 2785102. I also want to say good morning to the management and staff of Rams Limited. They are located number 10 Hackett Lane and 86 Green Street in Tunapuna. Telephone contact numbers are 645-2376, 663-1727. Let's say a very good morning going out to health specialist Mr. Aloy Johnson. Great to have you with us again.
Thank you, Zelisa. Blessed morning. Oh my God, I can't even find the word definitively to describe how I feel this morning. Thank you for having me. And again,
very welcome.
Well, thank you. And I feel, you know, I keep telling you how I just love the ambience, and it does something for me when I walked into the studio. And you know, I mean, the TV section of it is one part, and then the radio. 97, U97.5, hot like scorpion pepper.
I like how you say that. I love how you say that. You know.
Ooh, 97.5 multicultural radio, hot like scorpion pepper. I love it.
I need to tell you something. After your program last week, I did get a lot of messages and calls, both here and abroad, you know, highlighting that people were quite happy with the information that you shared.
Thank you.
So I was waiting in anticipation, and I know today you're going to enlighten us a little bit about cholesterol,
yes,
the myth that
the
comes
myth
around
of cholesterol.
It. Yeah.
Yes, and I want to do that. So good morning again, Mr. Rams. Good morning. That's a special brother. I love that man. And my boy, you're good, my boy, Fred. Good morning to you, man. That's my boy. Make sure you come and look me up this weekend, Freddie. I miss you, bro. Come and look for me.
That's my dad, eh?
It's hard not to love that man, and those people who don't love him, well, hard luck. That means you lack a viewpoint of knowledge. At least that's coming from me.
Oh.
And again, I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm just not entitled to my own set of facts. But Freddie's my boy, and I love him. Freddie, good morning to you, my brother. And I hope you had a fantabulous holiday, vacation. And I can't wait to see you, man. I heard you came back last night. Make sure you come look me up this week. All right? So good morning, viewers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Again, once again, my name is Aloy Johnson, a.k.a. RJ, the Healthiest Corner on Earth, the founder of the Healthiest Corner on Earth. And I bring to you as much information as I possibly can as it pertains to health. I want to jump straight into this morning and talk about cholesterol for a little bit, because I always get these calls from people and they would say, well, if they choose to call my last name, John O, Johnson, RJ, it seems like you're always knocking doctors. I am not knocking doctors. I want to make this emphatically clear. I appreciate doctors. We need them. We need them in our community. My problem is with doctors, and I'm not bringing this studio, Zelis and her beautiful thing into disrepute. But I think my problem with allopathic reductionistic medicine is they act like they know everything, and nobody knows everything. And that's my issue. And because of that, I take umbrage against some of the things that they stand for. And again, let me preface this by saying, I am entitled to my own opinion, and I'm very, very aware that I'm not entitled to my own set of facts. Now, having said that, let me jump into this. We have a problem. For instance, when people come to my office, they will bring me a blood test, right?
Okay.
And I will go through this blood test and I would look at the lipid panel.
Right.
And Zelisa, it's crazy to see sometimes a person triglycerides, right? Triglycerides is supposed to be 149. Some people triglycerides would be like 250, 300. And somehow, and uric acid is up there. Free radicals are crazy. Somehow that doesn't make any sense. But if a cholesterol is 200, they're saying it's high. I have a problem with that. Why I have a problem with that is because based on the research that I would have done, there is not one, and I take off the gloves saying this, there is not one single shred of scientific evidence to say that cholesterol is the antichrist for osteoporosis, or cholesterol is the reason why people die from heart attack. None. And let me just say this, for any one of you who have a problem with this, go to Dr. Ufi Ravenscobb, drufiravinscobb.org or .gov. Look it up. There's a lot of bulletin points to be there to read, and you might be reading for about 3 or 4 days. But it's so informative. You would see why I come to this. And just not him. There are a whole bunch of other people who support me on this. And the thing is, let me start with, based on my own research, peer-reviewed papers, and I would be the first to say, I read a lot of peer-reviewed papers.
Yeah.
But, I mean, some could be biased, of course. We know this. And a lot of meta-analysis. But here's my thing with this, Zelisa, and for the viewers out there. Here's my stuff with this. Cholesterol is our friend. Our body needs cholesterol so bad that the liver makes it. And I want people to listen to this carefully to see where the conundrum in, to see where this dichotomy and this duplicitous way of thinking that cholesterol is the antichrist when cholesterol is our friend.
Okay.
I want people to listen to this carefully. Our liver makes cholesterol. Why? There isn't a single cell in the human body that isn't made from cholesterol. None. Every single cell in the human body has a cholesterol receptors. Let me press that down. Every single 100% our nervous central nervous system is made from cholesterol. Our brains, there's a matter called myelin. 75% of that is cholesterol. Okay? Our sexual hormones, every single one of our sexual hormones, progesterone, epidientestosterone, pregnenolone, and the list goes on, is made from cholesterol. If that is the case, how come cholesterol is bad for us? Okay, let me rest that down too, because I'm going to get back to that in a minute. And I guess for all the people who wants to call in, you're more than welcome to do so. No. Our problem with this, well, not our problem. the beautiful, I should put it this way, the beautiful intelligence of the human body is to transport this thing called cholesterol. And it's well known by HDL, LDL, and VLDL. And a whole bunch of other things that I don't want to get into because that will throw me off track. I don't want to get into that. However, cholesterol is a lipid and it's hydrophilic. It's also hydrophobic. Now, the hydrophobic is when it sinks. But here's the deal. Here's the real part with this, right? If you put oil in water, you'll see how fast they repel each other. It sort of like that. So the hydrophobic part is the part that sinks. Now, in order for the body to transport this cargo around, it comes up with another mechanism, which is lipid. So the hydrophobic, and the lipid. The hydrophilic is now placed inside the cholesterol, and the protein part of it, which is a lipid protein, is fluffy because it's water soluble, and that transport that cholesterol throughout the body and give other cells, because other cells are not capable of making all the cholesterol that it needs. And here it is, we have a fraternity that want to play more than God and telling you that your cholesterol is high. To me, that's a Machiavellian, monopolistic, pharmaceutical, ... I'll leave it right there.
But in fairness to those, if it's high or above what it's supposed to be, let's just say it's that, what is it damage? What damage can it cause if it's too high?
Nothing.
Damage.
And that's the point. Nothing. If your cholesterol goes up, which is probably, here what is high? 275 and over, over 300. If it's high, there's nothing inherently wrong. There ain't no bad cholesterol and good cholesterol.
So if it's at 500, what happens?
If it's 500, stop eating the stuff you're eating. Because as soon as you finish eating that, it goes away.
Okay, good. So what are the foods that we should not be eating that will elevate and bring it to that level?
Great question. Great question. Fabulous question. Vegetable seed oils. That is #1 killer. Stay away from vegetable seed oil because there ain't no such thing as vegetable seed oil. We are ingesting car oil. So just so you know, check out Procter & Gamble and they would see we get that from the factory where they nice it up and perfume it up and refine it up and stuff like that. Stay away from that. Stay away from ultra-processed foods, okay? Refined carbohydrates, refined sugar, and crazy fried food from the outlets. I'm not going to call any food outlets out there, but you know which one you need to stay away from.
You know what you need to... It's true. You're very true. We are in control.
Absolutely.
And time after time we are told, stay away from oil.
Yes.
What are the oils? I mean, you said it last week, which was avocado oil.
Avocado oil.
Coconut
oil.
And you said something.
Cook with ghee.
Cook with ghee.
Listen, ghee is the boss.
Since you said that last week, I did a little research on ghee. And exactly what you said, ghee is actually very healthy to eat. Do you know that in India, people eat rice and ghee?
Well, I didn't know that, but that's a good thing they're doing.
They have on their food, even when they cook their food or their biryanis or their whatever, chokers or whatever they cook, they use ghee. Not only to cook, but even on top of it.
Ghee is boss. And let me tell you why ghee trumps the list in my view. Not only that it does not oxidize, but it doesn't matter what kind of heat you put in ghee. It maintains that omega-3 fatty acid without being destroyed.
Great.
Everything else oxidizes.
Great. Let me recognize our sponsors for today, and that, of course, is, we say, to the management and staff of the healthiest corner on earth. And, of course, Mr. Johnson is the founder of the healthiest corner on earth.
Yes.
There are 2 locations, one in Shafler, Trinidad, and the other in Tobago. So, telephone contact numbers, write it down, save it to call to make an appointment here in Trinidad or in Tobago, and that of course is 736-3962-278-5102. Those numbers again, 736-3962-278-5102. Let me also recognize the management and staff of Rams Limited. They are located 10 Hackett Lane, Tunapuna, and 86 Green Street, Tunapuna. telephone contact 645-2376. Let's go to these messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Mr. Aloy Johnson. He is a health specialist and he is the founder of the healthiest corner on earth. When we return, we're going to open up the telephone line. I'm going to open up, if you would like to send your messages via WhatsApp, I'll read it to Mr. Johnson. He'll respond. When we return, stay with us.
Hello everyone, this is fitness expert Aloy Johnson, aka RJ. I am located at 92 East Drive in Champlain. What I do is take care of any chronic disease, any type of chronic diseases. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you to make proper conversion so you can be the healthiest as you can possibly be. Call today for a free consultation, 736-3962 or 278-5102. See you there.
A unique place to visit for all Mother's Day shopping. The Mid-Center Mall Flea Market at the air-conditioned dome is now open until May 30th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Big bargains, local and international exhibitors, safe and secured parking. Air-conditioned dome Mid-Center Mall Flea Market opens 7 days a week until May 30th.
We've got great news! New containers just arrived. Farbinger Expo is now extended until May 30th. Shop for Mother's Day and Indian Arrival Day. Be sure to check our Indian food court and arcade. We've got a wide range of antique, modern, Italian and Malaysian furniture available. You can also check us out for fashionable Bollywood style garments. All at Farbinger Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Super quality supermarket, best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Shogunas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Welcome to OATS, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, the future of healthcare, which provides full body scans, which we detect and treat cancer, tumors, all heart conditions, cysts, fibroids, dementia, Parkinson's, just to name a few. No radiation and medication is not needed. If you are tired of getting no results, call us at 354-4459 or 356-7226.
Hello, Crime Stoppers?
This is Crime Stoppers. Please share only your crime information.
I want to report a crime, but I need to make sure it will not be traced back to me.
Caller, I assure you, there's no record of this call other than the information you give us and the tip number I assign you for you to call back and check on your reward. This system has worked in 26 countries for more than 40 years.
Help stop crime. Call Crime Stoppers at 800-TIPS today. Calls are safe and 100% anonymous.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelis. I'm in conversation with health specialist Mr. Aloy Johnson. He's also the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located 92E Drive, Champlain. There are 2 branches of the healthiest corner on earth, and that is in Trinidad and 1 in Tobago. Now, if you'd like to make an appointment to meet with Mr. Johnson, all you've got to do is make this call right now. Set up an appointment and you'll get the opportunity to meet with him, and he'll get you back on track when it comes to your health. Telephone contact numbers are 736-3962, that's 736-3962, 278-5102, and the numbers will also be at the bottom of the television screen. It's also coming to us with the kind compliments of Rams Limited, number 10 Hackett Lane and number 86 Green Street in Tunapuna. Telephone contact 663-1727. Mr. Johnson, welcome back.
Thank you. Very happy to be back, and I was as you were doing these messages, I was just, you know, processing these things in my mind. That it's funny that we have the power to take our health into our own hands,
Right.
but yet for some reason there's this protracted condition in this habituation where we believe that we always have to run to the doctor because we think something is wrong with us, when the truth and the fact is sometimes it's just what we eat. And I say to people all
Correct.
the time, 9.5% of the time, the things that are happening to you, look at what you just ate. And that's the problem right there.
Yeah.
And you know, our body responds to that. Again, here's another one of my problem with the way in which we conduct our fraternity as it pertains. Allopathic reductionistic medicine, and I pull no punches when I talk like this. It's the reason I can come comfortably on television. It's the reason why I can come comfortably on the radio and pontificate my part as it pertains to my studies and my research.
Yeah.
And allopathic reductionistic medicine do not believe, and I'm saying this because I am not pointing an individual finger.
Okay.
This is not an individual belief.
Right.
I don't believe that individually any doctor or nurse per se holds this belief. What I'm saying is that it's in case in their training that the human body do not have an intelligence. Allopathic reductionistic medicine, that is why the word reductionism is in there. They believe that the human body is a bag of biochemistry waiting to be broken. And when that happens, you hammer your symptoms into submission with drugs. The human body is imbued with an intelligence. It's a creation from our creator, who or whatever your concept of God is.
Yeah.
The body is imbued with that. And this is the question. My question to them is, look, there are millions, hundreds and thousands of millions of metabolic processes that takes place beyond our conscious knowledge, our conscious control. When we are sleeping, we knock out, our heart still beats, our body still function. Who's running that show?
Yeah.
Biochemistry?
We do have the art of healing ourselves. That's the truth. It's a blessing.
It is a blessing.
Yeah.
And I think that should be taken into consideration, and it should be listened to at every given day. At the end of the day, look, let me just bring another point here. I have seen this and witnessed this with my own eyes on many occasions. Sometimes I look at a dog, right? Our regular dog, not the full-bred dogs. And they're not doing well. You could tell they're not doing well by the way they look and the way they're behaving. And they're innately, that intelligence of their physiology would lead them to a grass. They would go and eat that grass, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who can witness this. They go and eat that grass, and in minutes they vomit. And then they walk around, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Who's running that show? Everything is imbued with an intelligence. And like I said before, who or whatever your concept of God is, you need to take that into consideration and understand that when your body speaks to you, you ought to listen to it. The best doctor in the room, as I always say, is your own body.
And you know, I think it's important, and we've said this time after time, very often we get sick, or we're in pain, or we're having a health problem, and we wait, well, I'll go and I'll whatever next week, next month, next year. That turns into years.
Of course.
And then you want to fix yourself.
Absolutely.
Nip it in the bud, get help early, and get yourself in order.
My point exactly. And this happens all the time. Now, to piggyback on what you say, that the other side of this coin is, there are people who's under the drug. They go into the doctors, and you are on drugs for 10, 15, and let's say, let me just keep it nice, 10, 15 years, you're on drugs. You come to see someone like me, you sit down, you get a free consultation, because that's what I will give you, a free consultation.
Okay.
We go through all these things, and we start talking about why you are in the position that you are in, because I can walk you through that based on the information that you give me. I can tell you based on the symptoms that exhibit what the problem is, right? And most times I'm telling you, it's your body ability or inability thereof to convert raw materials into what the body needs so that it would not manifest itself into disease. But you go through all this stuff, 10, 15 years you are on drugs, and you think 1 month you can just get better with raw materials. Raw materials do not deal with symptoms. Raw materials recalibrates and deal with the cause. You have to be disciplined enough. And many of us lack that discipline, where it's so difficult for us to make a shift in terms of what we eat. That becomes a problem. Just to make a shift. And every single day, every day that adds up, every single day, that little stuff that you do in terms of your diet will pay off. I can tell you this, folks. Your health is all you have. This body is all you have. You have to drag it around with you 25 hours a day. I said 25. Yes, I do. 25 hours a day. You need to pay attention to that, because you're the only one. You are the best doctor in the room, and you are the only one who can prescribe proper health for you. And one of the things I want to make people understand clearly, being fit and being healthy are two different things. Two different things.
Right.
You can be fit and not healthy.
Health,
I'm telling you, and I want them to understand that health is your body's ability to ward off, break the neck of any pathogen, any disease that throw at it. You can't do that if you're just fit.
I think you said some important things.
Right.
And let's try to explain. There's no magic pill. And it takes years to get you to where you're at, that you're that sick that you go to get help.
Correct.
So it's not going to happen overnight. It's about exactly what Mr. Johnson is saying. It takes discipline and self-control. And when you're ready to do that, that in itself is going to help your body heal.
Correct.
And that's what we need to
And
understand.
that's what we need to understand.
That's what we need. Now, I did explain 3847142 we've got, because I think the information he's sharing, his knowledge, is so important that we take that and apply. Don't just take and hear it. Another thing that you said, and I think it's important that we recognize that, it's not just sometimes the doctor. Some of us go to the pharmacy.
It's true.
Because we go next door and see the neighbor taking something and we go and buy it.
True.
We hear, you hear your brother or sister or your aunt or somebody say, you know what, taking this and this helping. It may not work for you.
Exactly.
You're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. And people need to understand that, Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. 3847142. 3847142. Questions, concerns, comments, or you could send me your messages to 3847142 and I will read it to Mr. Johnson and he will reply based on your question. Good morning and welcome. May I have the volume, please? Hello? Sorry, could you please repeat your question?
Yes. I am a diabetic, and I was just listening to your guest, and he says the liver makes or produces cholesterol. I have been diagnosed with a fatty liver in 2019, and nobody seemed to have any medication for me to get rid of this fatty liver. I am a diabetic for 15 years. But in 2009, I was diagnosed with this. Anything else, well, I haven't a problem. Thank God, with the diabetes, I'm on medication for it.
Right.
Can I get a response? Or
Sure. I'm sure Mr. Johnson will respond now. Thank you.
So much.
Have a great day, darling, and a speedy recovery.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Please.
You know, I'm so happy people like that ask questions like this.
Yeah.
Diabetes, the pathology of diabetes is one of those things.
No, I want to ask you to stick a pin right there. We have to take a quick break. When we come back, you can elaborate.
Correct.
Because I'm sure there are hundreds of people out there in that same situation that are waiting for an answer.
Right.
Let me say again, Mr. Johnson is a health specialist and he is the founder of the Healthiest Corner on Earth, with 2 locations, one in Sharfla in Trinidad, the other in Tobago. telephone contact numbers to make an appointment. So to that lady and others, you want to get help and get you on track, then call 7363962, 7363962, 2785102, 2785102. To the management and staff of Rams Limited, 10 Hackett Lane and 86 Green Street, Tunapuna, telephone 645-2376. Let's go to these messages.
Hello everyone, this is fitness expert Aloy Johnson, aka RJ. I am located at 92 East Drive in Champlain. What I do is take care of any chronic disease, any type of chronic diseases. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you to make proper conversion so you can be the healthiest as you can possibly be. Call today for a free consultation, 736-3962 or 278-5102. See you there.
Visit Agri Savers Limited, number 19 Orange Grove Trace, St. Augustine, for all your agriculture, livestock, pet, agri-equipment, hydroponics, cannabis, fishing tackle supplies, and much more. Open Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Contact 473-6074, 663-1094. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Tile Expression Limited, the #1 leader in tiles. Large stock, unbeatable prices, wide variety of porcelain tiles, ceramic tiles, wall and floor tiles, residential and commercial, granite and quartz countertops. Best quality from Spain, Italy, Brazil, India and China. Tile Expression Limited, conveniently located Monroe Road, Kunapir. Telephone 693-0015 or 223-TILE.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa. I'm Zelisa and I'm in conversation with Mr. Aloy Johnson, who is a health specialist. He's also the founder of the Healthiest Corner on Earth with 2 locations, offices in Charlotte, Trinidad, the other in Tobago. If you would like to make an appointment, please call now where you can make an appointment to see him in Trinidad or Tobago, 736-3962 or 278-5102. Mr. Johnson, welcome back to the program. Before I go to some messages that came in, I would like you to continue to talk to that lady who is suffering from a fatty liver. Could you please continue with that? Yeah.
Okay. So I want to start here. When I say this, a lot of people's eyes going to pop right open. And that's okay. When your eyes are popped open, it means you're uncomfortable. And when you're uncomfortable, it means you're prepared to learn, because it will shift you from your comfort zone. Diabetes is not a blood sugar disease. Let's just start with that one time. Diabetes is not a blood sugar disease. Let me repeat myself.
What is it?
Good. I'm glad you asked that. Diabetes is insulinemia. It's hyperinsulinemia. It's a disease of insulin resistance.
Okay.
We eat too much crap. We eat too often. We eat in a fat state. We do not eat the proper foods. We eat processed foods, refined carbohydrates, refined sugars. Eventually, the very things that are there to protect us, because I'm going to get right to the lady's question.
Yeah.
And I hope she's listening. The very thing that is there to protect us, eventually, our body starts resisting these things. We eat so much in a fat state. We eat so often. You know what the standard American diet means? The abbreviation, that is my thing. Standard American diet, SAD. Okay, that's the abbreviation. I'll leave that right there for you guys. You can pontificate on that if
No,
you
it's
want.
true. It's
Yes,
very true. what
right?
you're
And
saying.
anything that deviates from the standard American diet is healthy. I could tell you this. Again, the gloves are off. So let me say this. The pathology of insulin resistance, because every single cell again in the human body has an insulin receptor dose. Okay, and I want this lady to follow what I'm saying here. Every time we eat, glucose comes in the blood, and this beautiful mechanism called insulin comes from our beta cell. I don't know how it works. As much as I read all these peer review papers, I don't know. If you want to know how that works, you got to call 1-800-GOD. But I can't explain to you how that happens. Insulin comes out, how it knows, and it moves the sugar from out the bloodstream, and it parks it in the cell. Because we eat so much, and we eat so much nonsense, the cells get full, right? There's something called epoxy. And those cells die, they bust open, the cells can't take no more, and eventually the thing that is there, as I said before, is insulin, and our body resists that. When our body resists that, blood sugar climb. If you have a vehicle and your check engine light come on your dashboard, your check engine light isn't your problem. And for those of you who think the check engine light is your problem, are those of you who is going to keep on doing disease management through allopathic reductionistic medicine, which your diabetes will only be managed and it will never be reversed, put into remission or cure. And I put all these words in because I want to sound kind of politically correct for some people who ears are not prepared to hear. Diabetes can be cured. Okay. So because of the pathology of diabetes, which is hyperinsulinemia, high blood pressure, heart disease, neuropathy, nephropathy, liver becomes a problem because you're still eating the very foods that create the problem for you. You are in your element. And this is what I keep telling people. When you are diabetic, you earn it. You beg for it. You have a certified copy for it. It is the truth. It's a hard thing to say, but it is the truth. And I'm not talking type 1 diabetes here. Type 1 is a totally different ball game, right? And we could probably address that. Next week you can tune in to Zelis, Conversation with the Zila, Synergy TV. Nice thing, nice. You can tune in, and I can give you some information with reference to that. But because our body cannot process all these foods that we eat in still, of course you're going to get fatty liver disease. It comes from the food that we eat. It have no medication is going to stop that until you curb your diet.
So let's just say this lady is smart enough to make that call, make that appointment, come see you. You're going to sit with her one-on-one and put her on a diet that works for her?
I'm giving her a shift her. Let me tell you one of the things I don't do.
Tell me what you're going to do.
Yes, I like that. See, you're so good. I love you. Oh, God. That is why I love Freddie. Here's the deal. I don't put myself in a corner and make a diet plan for anybody. I don't do that at all because that becomes very regimented. Nobody follows that.
You get tired of it.
Big time. People follow a diet probably about 30 days most, and that's it.
Yeah.
What I do, I give you a list of foods to stay away from.
Nice.
And there is a plethora of other foods that you can have, nice yourself up and prepare it correctly.
Brilliant. I like that.
Yes.
I like that approach.
And that is what I do.
Yeah.
So she come by me?
So you're still in control and you still make the choice.
Correct.
I should not have this.
Right.
I can have this.
Right. So,
brilliant.
Right.
I love that.
And here what, before I go further, let me just say this for the lady again with the fatty liver stuff. Here what is the problem again. When you go to the people who you look up to, the people who you think is going to take care of you, rather than these, because these are very intelligent, educated people, rather than telling you, stop eating those type of foods, they give you metformin, glybride, glucophage, diamicron, and the list, rosiglitazone, and the list goes on and on. The molecular effect of those things are the same. They stop the body from, they stop your stomach from ingesting the glucose, so it stays right there. It's either going to make you upset or give you diarrhea, or it forces the kidney to secrete the sugar so it won't go back into the bloodstream.
Wow.
That's the molecular effect.
Okay. I'm going to go to this message. It's actually, it came in from Jamaica, and she says, "Good morning, Zelisa. I'm listening with interest to your program and trying to keep an open mind. Doctors have always said that it is written that cholesterol is produced by the body and is used by the body for different things. They also say that there is a level of cholesterol in the body and that can be harmful, and they advise that in order to reduce the level, we must first look at what we eat and make adjustments. When does the body not work, drugs are prescribed. Does your guest disagree with that approach? What are your thoughts on this?
I vehemently disagrees.
Okay, good.
Because and I love the way she put it, and she compartmentalized it very well. So I am not knocking her. I'm knocking the way she received that information. If you're doing what you are supposed to do, that will be taken care of, and which means the only way your cholesterol can go crazy out of control is based on the stuff you eat. And let me say this again, there aren't no such thing as good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. Let me show you the micro of that. 70 years ago, when people was getting heart attack, Eisenhower got an heart attack, they figured that something is wrong somewhere, so they got to blame something, so they said stop eating red meat. When they did the autopsy and they look inside of these matters that's inside of the human, that blocks the human heart, they see a little bit of cholesterol, they see a little bit of human stuff, they see all kind of different story inside of this. So here's the deal. So they come up with this beautiful mechanism, beautiful, I quote, which is cholesterol medication. 70 years. How come that ain't working? Why people still taking it? Because that's not the problem. So I hope she get the answer there.
Good. Our bodies can heal itself, but we have to make the choice to choose the correct foods and stop overeating. We were fearfully and wonderfully made. This is coming in from another person who is just endorsing it's about what we eat.
That person need a kiss on the cheek. That's a beautiful thing, and it's the truth. We need the raw materials in order for the body to fix itself. Listen, Zelisa, our body fixes itself every day. It looks for things to fix. It just keeps searching for things to fix. You know, sometimes we look at the brain as this beautiful, sophisticated stuff that's on the temple of our head. The brain don't care nothing about you and how pretty you are and where you live, how much money you have, what area geographically you come from, what school you attend. The brain is about survival, period. So at the end of the day, that's what the body does. It looks for things to fix.
You know, Mr. Johnson, I totally agree with you, and I'd like to say this as well. It is important that we understand, just as we make the choice of what we should eat, what we should purchase, what we should cook for not just ourselves but our children, our families, we are going to create them to eat healthier and live healthier and happier lives. But I also think what is important is that the power of your mind. Yes, we can eat healthy, yes, we can make the right choices, but when you're sick and when, let's just say, you've got your patients or your clients that would come to you and you would redirect them and help them to get back on track. It's about you also manifesting and telling yourself the willpower, I am going to be healthy, I am going to be healed.
Absolutely.
And that has a lot, I think, it has a lot to do with it as well.
But
your thoughts.
You are correct.
Rather than question,
you are correct.
Oh God, I wonder if this will work.
Yes.
Oh gosh, you think how, just put it in your brains and put it out there, put that energy out there and focus on that positivity, and I think it works. It's a combination.
You are 100% correct.
Yeah, let's take this call. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Sister Zelisha.
Good morning. What's your question, please?
My question to Mr. Johnson today.
Yeah.
I have sat and thought about why is it that when we are younger, our body seems to be able to tolerate some things, but as we grow older, our body just seems to reject some things which seemed to be all right in our younger years. Could you give me an answer for that? I'll listen off air. Thanks.
You're welcome. And I want to say to this caller, I really appreciate that question because it's true. I endorse, and it's a question that would read to me as well. Because the things when I was younger, the food that I could tolerate, I can't some now. So it's a brilliant question, but let's go to this quick break first before. And we'll address that when we return. In conversation with Mr. Aloy Johnson, he is a health specialist. He's also the founder of the Healthiest Corner on Earth. They've got two offices, two locations, one in Trinidad in Sharfle, the other in Tobago. The number that you've got to call to make an appointment for Trinidad or Tobago, you can call 736-3962, 736-3962 or 278-5102, 278-5102. Let's go to these messages. When return, of course, he's going to address that last question, which will read to many of us, and of course, other questions when we return. Stay with us.
That's right. Hello everyone, this is fitness expert Aloy Johnson, aka RJ. I am located at 92 East Drive in Champlain. What I do is take care of any chronic disease, any type of chronic diseases. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you to make proper conversion so you can be the healthiest as you can possibly be. Call today for a free consultation, 736-3962 or 278-5102. See you there.
A unique place to visit for all Mother's Day shopping. The Mid-Center Mall Flea Market at the air-conditioned dome is now open until May 30th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Big bargains, local and international exhibitors, safe and secured parking. Air-conditioned dome Mid-Center Mall Flea Market opens 7 days a week until May 30th.
We've got great news! New containers just arrived. Farbinja Expo is now extended until May 30th. Shop for Mother's Day and Indian Arrival Day. Be sure to check our Indian food court and arcade. We've got a wide range of antique, modern, Italian and Malaysian furniture available. You can also check us out for fashionable Bollywood style garments. All at Farbinja Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Hoover Car Park, Hoover, 98 Endeavour Road, Shogunas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trin-City. Super Quality Supermarket.
Before you choose a life of crime, know that the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago are fed up of you. More than 22,000 have already provided anonymous tips to Crime Stoppers, leading to countless arrests and convictions. You will never know who they are, but with Crime Stoppers' anonymous tipster system, everyone will soon know you. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 800-TIPS today.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelis. In conversation with Mr. Aloy Johnson. He is a health specialist. He's also the founder of the Healthiest Corner on Earth. There are 2 locations, one in Sharfle, Trinidad, the other in Tobago. Telephone contact numbers so that you could call right now, or you can call, store the numbers, write it down as Mr. Aloy Johnson, health specialist. You can call to make an appointment to visit the office in Trinidad or Tobago. And to all of my beautiful viewers in Tobago, I love you all, and I come in Tobago again really soon. I love Tobago, you know. Yeah, Tobago is paradise. Yeah, of course. So let us remind you that offices are located again in Sharfle and Tobago. Telephone contact 736-3962, 736-3962 or 278-5102. The numbers are on the television. Also, I want to remind you that you could call in at 3847142, or you could send your WhatsApp messages 3847142, and I will read it to Mr. Johnson. So, Mr. Johnson, I'd let you come back to answer that last caller with regards to why our bodies can't tolerate what we would eat when we're younger, and then I'll move on to another question that came in.
Okay. And I'm going to try to do this real quick because I know we coming to the top of the hour. So the lady who asked that question, brilliant question. Let me just say this to you. Many of us are gluten intolerant. A conservative estimate is that 80% of dark-skinned people, which is like us, Indian people, people from the Philippines, we can't digest gluten. And Caucasian is about 60%. Now I say all that to say, we damage the villi in the stomach so badly by eating gluten, because many of us are gluten intolerant and we don't even realize we are gluten intolerant. The villi in the stomach are something like octopus tentacles. And on top of those suctions, there are microvillas and microvillas which create the suction at the last process of our food and deposit it into our bloodstream so we can get the essential nutrients that we need. We destroy many of that by eating some of these foods. On top of that, we do not replete the body with raw materials, and because of that, there is a deficiency of a whole bunch of essential nutrients, which is 60 vitamins, 16 minerals, 12 amino acids, 2 or 3 fatty acids, that our body is running. It's devoid of that. No wonder why we suffer. We cannot ingest those stuff. So your question is a brilliant one. I can pontificate on it more, but I would leave it. Call me and we can talk.
Great. So another observation coming in, not because you have a family who is diabetic, that means you have to be diabetic. This person is saying this, and she also goes on to say our metabolism is different. It slows down as we get older. Do you endorse that?
100%. And let me add to that. You see, I love, I'm loving this. Hey, boys, I'm getting so excited. I love the questions.
Yeah.
Very educated audience or viewers. I love this. Here's the truth. I asked a doctor this very recently and he recoiled. I said, you guys keep telling people that diabetes is hereditary. Well, the entire human genome has been mapped. Y'all know this. Maybe your patients does not know, but the entire human genome has been mapped. So if I come to you and I'm a diabetic, I am supposed to ask you, Doc, could you tell me what genes I inherit from my parents that caused me to get this disease? And I'm telling you, you ask any physician that question, watch their face go blank. But this is not the question I ask him. Here's the question I ask him. I said, sir, if this is a disease of genes, tell me why a twin that comes from the same mother and father, same DNA, one get diabetes and one doesn't. Explain that to me. Because when you do that, we can have a conversation.
I totally agree with you there, because let's say you have 4 or 5 children. They don't all become diabetic. That's a very good point that you've raised there, because I agree with you.
Yes, and he recoiled with a whole bunch of defense, which I wouldn't get into now because I don't have the time for that.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. One of the problem is our body's ability to convert raw materials into the stuff that we need so it will not manifest itself into chronic diseases. That is one. And for some of us, that methylation genes is more apt. The receptors are better than others because homocysteine level. If homocysteine level is high in your body, you can't convert nothing. I don't care what you take.
Okay, to this viewer from Sangre Grande, thank you very much. And this viewer says, hi, good morning. I used to get asthma attacks often, but since I visit Mr. Johnson, I do not get that anymore. Thank you, Sandy Grandi, for looking at the show and, of course, for talking about the asthma attacks.
Appreciate that.
Bless, good morning, Z. Many good wishes to you as well, to that viewer. What about fat in the blood? What do you think about fat? This is a question that just came in.
Right, and you remember at the top of the hour I was talking about triglycerides? Triglycerides are fat in the blood. They're not paying attention to that, but they're pounding cholesterol, which is good for us. Fat in the blood can be taken care of quite easily by certain raw materials. And by just stop eating certain food. Again, there is a methylation issue, Zelisa. There is a methylation issue with a whole bunch of us where we cannot refine these raw materials that manifests itself into the disease. We don't need fat in our bloods. They need to pay attention to that instead of pounding cholesterol.
Great. This is coming in from Florida. You are awesome bringing that guest. Good morning, Lockton. That gentleman is just awesome with his information. This is from Florida, okay?
Thank you, my brother or sister. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so 3847-142, 3847-142. Please feel free to call. A gentle reminder when you do call, kindly take the volume down on your radio and your television then speak into the phone 3847-142, or you can send your WhatsApp messages to 3847-142. Here we go. Good morning, Zelisa and Mr. Johnson. My 14-year-old son is conscious of what he eats. He refrains from any fried food, and is he doing good or bad to himself? Well, I applaud this child. What do you think? Yeah, it's like my daughter, she's 5 going on 6, and she's very health conscious.
Right.
I'm telling you, she snacks on fruits and vegetables.
There you go.
If you ask her what is her preferred drink, she says water. At times I say, Mika, have a little juice. No, mommy, I'll have water.
Yeah,
and she knows soft drink will kill
yes.
her.
And if you pay attention to her, you'll see how she's sharp in her response and how she reacts around the house. She's more cerebral than the average person would. Pay attention to it.
Well, everybody says she's above average.
Go.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Hello.
I must really thank you
Are you listening?
for all these health people you bring on your program.
Uh-huh.
I learn a lot from them.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, darling. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, caller.
Have
Appreciate
a great
that.
day. Welcome to the program.
Morning.
Good morning.
I have a problem here with circulation on the foot.
Circulation. Okay, go right ahead, but take the volume down on your radio or your TV first, please. Quickly, take it down. What's your question? Quickly. Well, I'm going to, since, you know, we have to follow the rules, right? So let's talk about circulation quickly. Let's talk about circulation quickly.
Clearly, he's on his road to being a diabetic, or he is already a diabetic.
Right.
That is capillaries that's already been damaged. Circulation can only be impeded with damaged capillaries, which are these small blood vessels in the body, by the type of foods that you eat. So he needs to get rid of.
What you need to do is call, make an appointment, and get to see this good gentleman. Good morning and welcome. Quickly.
Morning.
Morning, dear.
Good
What's your
morning.
question, please?
My name is Diana from Chunaka.
Okay.
I want to say something. I went to the doctor in Mova, and they told me I had diabetes, but I was doing it over. And I have a knee problem. I don't know what to do about it.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, quickly. We've got
She know what
2
to do
minutes
about
to wrap up.
She know what to do. She need to come and see me.
I love that.
Yeah, she knows
It's
exactly
very
what you
true.
need to do. Call my
You know
number.
what you need to do. Get help. And that help is call this number right now, 736-3962. That's 736-3962 or 278-5102. Make that call.
Make that call.
Make the change in your life. Get started. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next week. Do it today. Do it now. And start a new life, a new chapter, a healthy beginning. But only you could do it. We could only say so much. You've got the choice. I thank you, sir. And may God bless you. And we look forward to seeing you next week again.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you for having me. I feel so appreciated. Neil, good morning to you, my brother. I know you locked on watching. And my brother in Canada, Mr. Rupchan, good morning to you too.
Correct.
Yes.
All the best. So we've got the repeat today at 3 o'clock on Synergy TV. Remember to make that call today, 736-3962, 278-5102. This is where we've got to wrap things up. My heartfelt and sincere thanks to each and every one of you. Please respect the law of the land. Take care of yourself as well. You are in control. And here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible. Right. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Thanks for choosing us.